And Josh?
Yeah, hey Nisa, good evening. As you can see behind me, crews have been unloading this containment boom all afternoon. We did speak to emergency officials earlier today. They say they are prepared if this oil slick heads our way. Thursday morning, Bay County emergency officials went over plans with the U.S. Coast Guard for containing that massive oil slick should it creep into the panhandle. The Panama City Marina is now the staging area for the command center. Workers are loading thousands of feet of containment boom onto these vessels. According to the Coast Guard, 300,000 feet of this boom is coming through the Panama City staging area. The Coast Guard and British petroleum contractors plan to link the boom with Pensacola's staging area and other areas in South Florida. The boom will stretch nearly 200 miles. Crews will use various types of boom on Bay County's waterways based on the tides and where the oil is threatening. The top priorities are the pass and inside St. Andrews Bay, as well as estuaries and inlets, because those areas support sensitive wildlife.
This plan has been in place for quite some time. We've been working with the Coast Guard, with FDEP and other agencies to make sure that we're all working on the same playbook and that we're going to attack this very aggressively.
Everything is executing exactly like the plan is going right now. So I just want to calm those fears that we're not going to be able to protect these bays. We're going to protect them to the best of our ability.
Officials don't expect any immediate impact of oil on the state or Bay County over the next 72 hours. However, if things change, contingency plans are in place. Now what you're looking at is a trajectory forecast. I'm sure Alex will explain this more in weather, but as you can see in the dark areas, that's the oil itself. The areas around this oil is the areas of uncertainty. As you can see, they're not even close to us, at least for the next 72 hours. Of course, Mother Nature will determine that beyond that. Some things we can tell you: if you do have a boat here at the Panama City Marina, the only thing that's going to be closed is this public boat ramp behind me until the operation's duration. Also, tourism officials tell us if you do have plans to come to the beach, don't cancel them, just come on down. Nisa? Before taking a fishing trip in the Gulf on board the Phoenix charter boat, Governor Charlie Crist assured Destin business owners he's spreading the message the state is open for business.
They shouldn't worry about it because there's no oil here, not a drop.
Last week, BP gave the state $25 million to promote tourism, with most of the money going to the Panhandle. Chris says TV, radio, and newspaper ads are now running in markets around the Southeast, promoting a positive image of Florida's white beaches and emerald waters.
I want to make sure that your viewers know that we're going to make everybody whole that's impacted in a negative way, whether it's a charter boat fisherman, a restaurant, a hotelier. We're here for the long haul. Nobody's going to be left alone.
Earlier this week, during a cabinet meeting, State Senator Don Gates blasted Crist and Visit Florida for what he called Crist's lack of action over the oil spill. Gates told reporters, quote, "We need help and we need it now. I think the governor's bully pulpit ought to be used. It's in days like this that I miss Jeb Bush." Gates was conspicuously absent from Saturday's visit. We asked the governor his thoughts.
Well, I think it's unfortunate. This is not the time to be pointing fingers. We as Floridians need to work together to do what's right for the people we're all supposed to serve. And I think he knows better.
Ask any boat captain, they'll definitely tell you this oil spill has affected their business, but they're hoping the millions of dollars being dumped into the tourism industry will help their business out. Matt Woods is first mate aboard One of a Kind.
It's been really slow. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared of the oil. The fishing's been great. I mean, we're catching great catches. Him being here showing that he's not afraid to go out there and go fishing and take on the challenge himself to go out there. But, it's a good example. Come on out. He's not afraid. We're not afraid. Let's go.
A few weeks ago, local realtor Roland Ryan placed an ad on Craigslist looking for companies to help set up HAZWOPER OSHA training classes in Bay County. Environmental Compliance Training Institute out of Bradenton, Florida took the job. Ryan was also working with a Southern Cat company to help get people jobs after completing the class. Environmental compliance officials say Ryan told them he had between 300 and 500 people showing up for the training session held at the Bay Banquet Hall in Parker. A little more than 100 people actually showed up. The students paid as much as $250, which is a discounted price, to get a HAZWOPER certification. The students claim they did not get receipts for their payment. They say Friday Ryan brought a video camera to the class and began taping them. He also handed them this evaluation survey, asking what students thought of the class. And they say Ryan told them they wouldn't be receiving their certification certificates.
He took all our information, personal information, and he was videotaping us without us knowing it this morning. And after all of this has happened, So there's just more stuff and more stuff. He seems like a nice guy. He wants to get up in front of the class and speak to everyone and start giving excuses, and it just doesn't add up.
We tried to get Ryan to show us the students' receipts. You had the receipts?
Yes, and I tried to make copies this morning.
Where are the receipts?
Right here.
Can I see them?
No,
But you do have the receipts.
I got every receipt.
How many receipts?
I have to tell you.
Environmental compliance officials tell us Ryan wanted half of the proceeds from the training class, but we're told never signed a contract agreeing to that.
So he misled these people, and he took their money, and so at that point we started getting a little nervous, and so we called the sheriff. The sheriff came in and said that he was misappropriating funds.
Kratzoff says that's when his company stepped in to make sure students received their certificates. Ryan told us each student received what they paid for.
I didn't do anything. That's the whole thing. I did not do anything. I didn't do anything.
Well, you have a lot of people saying that you did.
Well, they're wrong. You know, you're going to listen to these people because that's what they got, exactly what it was that they were supposed to get. I did nothing. I only provided a class.
Ryan also took out a few of his own expenses, but environmental compliance staff said he did not produce any of his own receipts.
I don't have time
Show
to
me
deal
the
with
receipts
you.
where you took care of these people. The only thing you're saying is because...
Is there anybody out here? Is there
Because you
anybody
made them
out
happy.
here? Is there
You made them happy.
is
You
there
gave them their
anybody
receipt. You gave them
out
their
here?
certificate.
Is there anybody out here unhappy but you? No.
And why shouldn't I be happy? Because you're not accounting for the money.
Environmental compliance says there was a few $1,000s not accounted for, but Ryan says all the money is there.
There was not a penny that wasn't accounted for.
Even though students received their certificates, some believe they were taken advantage of.
I've known several students have taken their mortgage payment, their rent money. I know one person that took his monthly medication money to pay for this course to get employed. And people like this something needs to be done.
This man is a scam artist, he's a shammer, he's just taking their money, and he's misleading and
Ryan says he was just trying to help people get jobs to help with oil cleanup efforts and says each student should receive a job. Incidents of crime and illegal activity are well documented at the Panama Villa Garden Apartments.
I want you to find this word.
In the midst of it, you'll find Panama City's after-school assistance program. This program allows some of these kids to stay off the street and helps them realize their potential. 12-year-old Jazz Burke is just one of 50 or so kids who take part in the program. Burke also lives in the apartment complex and knows all too well what happens here.
I've seen a lot of things that I can't even imagine about kids, parents, and other things. I can't even say what I've seen because it makes me feel bad about how things around here is going.
But if you take a look around, a change is in the air. Royal American Management is beginning to demolish the decades-old apartments, making room for new ones, giving residents like Sally Wiggins things a lot of people take for granted.
And they're going to have them totally air-conditioned, you know, for heat and cold. It's going to be super.
Royal American Management tells us the project is expected to take a year to complete. The buildings will be built in 2 6-month phases. The ASAP program is also getting an upgrade, a new 2-story building complete with a playground. Sherry McCoy is an ASAP counselor and says it's time for change.
I'm so excited about this because we've been waiting for this for so long.
As for Jazz, she's got dreams of becoming a singer. This is a song she wrote.
You are not alone. I know I think you every day for this song. When I sing it, I'm like a dream. I dream about everything.
McCoy says turning things from negative to positive is her goal, and she's hoping the new look of the apartments will help her achieve that.
Give some type of hope for the children to maybe start wanting to take care of things better and be more responsible and also try to be a leader.
In Panama City, Josh Gann, News Channel 7.